Hi everybody, Margot Wiley here, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to keep your knees feeling good when you ski. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at with skiing is consider that your knees are the midpoint between your ankles and your hips. Okay, so if you don't have enough support and stability through the hips or enough mobility and stability in the ankles, then very often the knees have to do more work than they should be doing. So the first place you want to look is building that support and stability into the hips and into the ankles so the knee can be that midpoint. The second thing that relates to this is the knee joint actually only flexes and extends, which means it bends in two directions, just like your elbow here, whereas the hips move in rotation and away from the body and towards the body, as well as flexion and extension. And the ankle joint as well moves in many different directions. So if you don't have good mobility up in the hips, you don't have a good ability to rotate the leg bones within the hip sockets, which is required for skiing, then you tend to do that movement in the knees. People tend to try to rotate from the knees when the knee should simply be being that hinge of flexing and extending. Okay, and then the other thing you want to look at is, are you driving from your glutes? And so what I mean by this is, when you come into extension, which is standing up higher, so after you've bent down into knees, when you come back up, are you actually using your glutes and your hamstrings on the back of the body to make that happen? Because again, what often happens is we just pump from our knees and the knees end up doing more work than they should be doing. Okay, so if you want to have good, strong knees that don't hurt when you ski, make sure you've got strong, stable pelvis, good ability to rotate the leg bones in the hip sockets, make sure you've got a good connection down to your ankles and feet, and that you're practicing getting your glutes and your hamstrings on the back body working so that they are helping to bring you into that extension, so not all the load is being taken by the knees. Okay, so if you want to dive into this a little bit more, I have a video on how to build strong, healthy hips. You can find the link for it below. And remember that your strength is within and adventure awaits.